Hi folks, thank you for joining me. It's Nick back in the hot seat, and we're going to be reviewing a classic game. It's Space Invaders on the Atari 2600. Now, I'm sure you've actually played and heard of Space Invaders many times before, but if I'm going to review retro games, in particular the Atari 2600, it's only right that I have a look at Space Invaders. Published by Atari in 1980 and based on the arcade cabinet by Taito and Midway in 1978. Essentially, aliens come down the screen, gradually getting closer. If they land, it's the end of the game. We control this cannon down the end. We must shoot all of them. We've got these shields to hide behind, which eventually will disappear. Every so often, a UFO will go across the top. If we hit that, we get bonus points, but I'm sure you knew about that already. So we'll have a quick look at this. Influenced, well, hundreds of games after that point, but this is the original Space Invaders. There's a UFO there. You can only fire one shot at a time. You must wait till that's reached its destination, either blowing up an alien or go off the screen, until you fire another one. So if you miss, that costs you valuable time. The aliens will gradually speed up as we go down the screen. This is retro super goodness. Now, did you have this one back in the day? I'm sure if you had any computer of any type, you'd have a version of Space Invaders on your machine, but this is the original one. 1980. Will I get off level 1? I don't know. My favourite Space Invaders clone on the ZX Spectrum is Space Raiders. That's probably the earliest one I played, but this is good to play this one at last. 8-bit glory. Now the shields will disappear in a minute because the aliens have got past a certain way, but looking good so far. Classic sounds. Now I could be in a bit of bother because they're going a bit quick and I'm missing quite a lot now. Try and take out the ones lowest first. Yeah, my shield's going to disappear. Yep, they go right. I think I've had it, folks. 2 left. No. Look, they've landed and it's game over. They've taken over the Earth. Goodness gracious. So I'll have a few goes of this, but it won't be a super long review because we all know how Space Invaders work. It's quite basic. Once you destroyed all the aliens, if you do so, then it will just restart again on the same difficulty. It won't change at all. So millions and maybe billions of people would have played Space Invaders. It made huge amounts of money. I never played the original in the arcades, I'm afraid to say, but it was back in 1978. I doubt I could have found my way in there on my own. And I doubt I could have reached the joystick or the screen. Maybe I should have brought a ladder or something. Right, okay, so my only intention of this review now then, is gameplay review of sorts, is to actually get off stage 1. If you're a person that never got off this first stage, then let me know, because that'll make me feel a little bit better. Or have you never heard of Space Invaders? Let me know about that as well. If you haven't, you must be just getting into gaming and you've got so much to discover. Hooray! Right, take out the early ones. These shields are only going to be good for a few goes. You don't necessarily have to shoot that UFO at the top, but it's super cool if you do. And I would recommend trying to take it out. Right, come on. Right, okay, so there's just 2 down the bottom there, lower down. Try and time this. Like, they started getting super quick again. Oh, Nicky. Yes. Damn, curses, blast. I didn't do it. And this is where the addictiveness comes from. I've got to have another go because I've got to destroy at least one wave of aliens. Once we've done it, we'll probably get out of here, regardless how long we've been playing. Right, they're starting off quite slow now, aren't they? They're not serious in any way. Let's just take out a whole line. Let's move with them. That might be the system. Take out a whole line here. Move with them. They're not firing. They're quite easy to avoid the shots. The main problem is them getting to the bottom of the screen. So shots isn't a problem. Good sounds coming out of this thing. I would have been pleased with this as a kid if I played it in 1980, until Space Raiders come along, of course, on the ZX Spectrum. But this is Atari 2600. Right. Come on. Now, did you play this as a kid? Was it one of your main games? Were days just evaporated and school holidays evaporated in playing this game? Let me know. This was the future in your living room now. Okay, right, okay. Have I got a better chance of doing this? 1, 2, right. Okay, so we've got a chance here. Game on. Can't afford to miss too much. Right, game on. Yes! Boom! I knew I would do it. There we go. And as you can see, it just restarts again. Same thing again. Just go around and get as many points as you possibly can. So once you've destroyed it once, you could probably go for quite some time on this because it doesn't get any more difficult. It stays roughly the same. Space Invaders. We're well prepared now, aren't we? So if the Earth ever was attacked by space aliens, all the games you played where you're protecting the Earth hopefully will come in handy, and we should give them a bit of a good kick-in. No, I haven't been paying attention now. The shields have disappeared and we still got quite a lot of them left. Take that, you. It's good if you take the ones out quite close because then you can fire quicker. Oh, look at that. And they shot me. I got turned into a green jelly there. That doesn't normally happen. If the aliens actually shoot you, you're not doing very well. Oh, can we do 2 stages? Oh, there's only 3 of them left. No, no, oh dear. They're leading me a merry dance here. I got turned into a blancmange again. Those aliens always trying to turn people into blancmanges, and they've landed on me and I'm totally and utterly squished. Invaders from space. They take no prisoners, do they, these invaders from space? Right, one last goal, and then we'll call it a day. Excellent. What's your favourite game on the Atari 2600? I've only just started reviewing them. I might have covered one of your favourites already, but if I haven't, let me know. A few people have mentioned Pitfall, so we'll perhaps come to that at some point. But yes, so far we've done Enduro, Frogger, Space Invaders. Well, obviously done Space Invaders. You're watching Space Invaders. We've done Pinball, Frogger. I'm repeating myself now, but those sort of games. Hooray! Donkey Kong as well, that was one, that was quite good. I thought it included all 4 stages from the arcades, but I've been told that it only includes 2 stages, so that would explain why the difficulty went up so much after I completed level 1. Right. Blip, blip, blip. Can we shoot that alien? Let's line up that alien up the top then. Maybe we can get his UFO. Ooh, missed by the narrowest of margins. They're keeping well out the way. That must be the mothership of some description. Right. The cannon can't go right the way across the screen. Attack. 1 left. On this side at least. No, they're going to get to the bottom. I can't take all this mob out in the time available, and I'm squished again. Good, good. Good, good, good. Well, I hope you liked having a look at that absolute classic. That was Space Invaders on the Atari 2600, published by Atari in 1980 and based on the arcade cabinet by Taito and Midway in 1978, brought out by different companies in different parts of the world. If you've got any memories of Space Invaders or your favourite version or anything at all, then please put your thoughts below. Always welcome. A huge thank you to everyone that's subscribed to the channel so far. It does help pushing this thing forward. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so if you like what you see. If you want to help it a bit more, there's patreon.com/njenkin. Every bit really does help, and I really mean that. Until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.